Hey Pretty Sweet Gang, Mo here, and today we are going to create some hot cocoa bombs. So first what you're going to need is your hot cocoa bomb molds, and I will post a link for these in the description, and all I did was cut them. You're going to need a small saucer or plate, and right here I have a coffee mug warmer. But if you have any warming plate, or you can put your plate in the microwave. I'm going to make 2 cocoa bombs, so I use about 2 tablespoons of hot cocoa powder a piece. I have some regular almond bark chocolate in a squeeze bottle, some mini marshmallows, and the chocolate that I'm going to be using to make my cocoa bombs is salted caramel flavor. I just have the chocolate drizzle for a little color contrast. And you're going to need a couple of cupcake liners and some holiday sprinkles. Here I have some Christmas colors and some little gingerbread men. But use the sprinkles that you like. Use the type of chocolate that you like. And these are how I'm going to package my hot cocoa bombs. I'll explain what those are a little bit later. And I will also post the link in the description. And I have a self-sealer here. I'll post a link to all of those items in the description, so you guys will be able to check that out and easily click the link and make a purchase if you need to. So I already have my salted caramel chocolate wafers melted and ready to go. So I'm just going to pour some of that, maybe about a quarter ways up in my sphere mold. And I'm just going to take that and move that around and coat my mold nice and smoothly. If you like, you can use the back of a spoon. You can even use a paintbrush if that's easier for you. That's just extra things for me to have to wash. So I rather just do it this way. This works for me, but you do what works for you. You don't have to worry about what the chocolate looks like on the inside of your mold, because it is going to be melted in chocolate. We're going to add the cocoa powder and the marshmallows on the inside. So what I'm doing here is just removing some of the excess chocolate. I'm going to actually do 2 coats inside of this mold, and this is my first coat. So once I get the inside of the mold fully coated, any extra chocolate, I'm just going to go ahead and pour that right back into my main container. Please don't come at me about using my fingers. This is just for demonstration purposes only. Me and my sister are going to use these hot cocoa bombs because we love hot chocolate. I'm only making 2, and it's just to show you guys how I make my hot cocoa bombs. This video was requested by a couple of my group members, so that is why I'm doing it. I know there are probably thousands of videos out there, but I don't have a video, so it's all good. So I'm just going to complete this process for all 4 of these molds. 4 molds are going to make 2 cocoa bombs. And I'm just doing the same thing. I'm just getting that chocolate coated all over the mold. Sorry that I'm out of the frame when I'm recording. It looks a little different. I know my videos aren't glamorous. They aren't perfect, but they're my videos, and I'm learning day by day as I go. So hopefully you guys enjoy these videos. They are real because I don't have a production team. I don't have any professional setup, but I enjoy doing videos and showing you guys the process of how I make my treats and desserts. And as I go, they'll get better, so I'm not too worried. So again, we just want to make sure we coat those molds very well. You want to make sure you have your chocolate nice and smooth. If you have a problem melting your chocolate, what I do, I like to use, as you see, that silicone measuring cup that I have this salted caramel chocolate in, and it has like a pointed spout on the tip, which makes it really easy to use as far as pouring my chocolate and being able to control it and it not really getting everywhere. I cannot remember where I purchased these from, but I can probably find a link on Amazon, and if I do, I will also post that in the description below. But I just pour my wafers into the silicone cup, and I put them in the microwave in 30-second intervals. So 30 seconds, once that alarm goes off, you want to take it out, stir your wafers around. At that point, they probably will not be fully melted, but you just want to get them moving around so they're not sitting stagnant in one spot. Sometimes that's why you guys are getting burnt chocolate, because you are not stirring it. You may be just trying to melt your chocolate in 1-minute intervals straight. You want to do 20 to 30-second intervals. Once you pull it out, stir it around. You want to just pop it right back in the microwave and do another 30 seconds. So once after we get all of our molds coated and we drain any excess chocolate, you want to go ahead and pop those in the fridge for about 10 minutes or so. It may not take as long depending on how cold your fridge is. And then we're going to bring them out and we are just going to follow the same steps and coat them again. We want to make sure that our chocolate, our half semicircles, whatever you want to call them, are nice, firm, and sturdy and not easily broken. And I just have them on a tray here. You want to use a tray or some type of cookie sheet or something so that you can just put them all in at once and they're not like rocking all over the place. So as you can see, they have been chilled and we're just going to come right back. And I did not remelt my chocolate because I did not want it to be really hot and melt what I already have chilled in the mold. And you're just going to follow the same steps and basically recoat your mold again, just right on top of that chocolate. And I do it straight out the fridge while the chocolate that's already in the mold is still really cold. That way it doesn't take as long for the second round to harden, for the chocolate to set. And so because it's cold, I'm having to like tap the mold just to get the loose chocolate to move around evenly because it wants to set when it hits that cold chocolate. And we are just going to repeat that for all of our molds and get that good even second coating. And as you see, I didn't have to drain anything out because like I said, the chocolate is setting faster. Some of them I'll have to add a little more because of that reason, but it's okay. As long as you don't want to have like way too much chocolate because then your hot cocoa bombs will be really sweet and really chocolatey. You want to have just enough to nice even layers. If you guys have any questions or any comments, please feel free to drop those in the comment section. And as soon as I can, I will get right back to you. I have to get used to answering checking the comments on YouTube because I'm more often on Instagram and Facebook. So sorry if I don't get right back to you the same day, but hopefully it will be within those first 24 hours. We just want to tap, tap, tap and move it around. I want to make sure that my bombs are really strong and they don't break really easy. But also, again, like I said, you don't want to have too much chocolate because you don't really want it to take forever for your bombs to melt once your clients or your family dips them in the hot milk or water, whatever you prefer to use, that it just melts nice, easily, and they get to see that magic with the marshmallows popping up. Now this one I didn't add enough chocolate. As you see, it's starting to set already, so I'm just going to add a little more so I can continue coating. And don't worry about the little excess chocolate that may get a little outside of your mold. Once you melt them on your warming plate to connect them together, that'll melt off, or you can gently break them off as you'll see me do later in the video. This is the last one. And after we get this mold coated, we're just going to pop these back in the fridge. They won't take as long because the mold and the chocolate inside is already chilled. So maybe about 5 minutes, and maybe not even that long. And like I said, even with this step, if this takes a little too long for you guys, you can use the back of a spoon or a paintbrush to paint your chocolate into your mold to fill that in. Off frame, apologize again, but I'm just basically doing the same steps, trying to coat my mold fully. There we go. So we're going to pop these in the fridge for about 3 to 5 minutes, and we are back. And here, guys, I'm putting on some cotton white gloves, which I do recommend whenever you're working with chocolate. If you have to touch on your chocolate, because of the oils in your hand and the warmth of your hand, when you're dealing with your chocolate, you will definitely leave marks and fingerprints, and that would not be appealing to your client. So you want to, if you don't have any white cotton gloves, I definitely recommend that, and I will also put the link in the description for those. And here you just want to gently take your mold, and you just want to kind of pull that silicone mold away from the edges of your cocoa bombs. Kind of just stretch it out to get it nice and loosened so you don't break anything. And on the inside, you want to place your 3 fingers inside that half a sphere, and your thumb like right on the top of the outside. And I'll show that again in the other molds, just so that you don't break, but you have a good grip on your chocolate. And see there, I have a little extra chocolate. You can either leave that and it'll melt off once you get ready to adhere both sides of your bombs together, or you can gently break it off like I did. It doesn't have to be super perfect. And so now, since we have both halves of our cocoa bombs ready, we're just going to take a 1 tablespoon measuring cup, and we're going to add 2 tablespoons into each bomb, or less if you like. You can just use 1. Because of your chocolate, you're already going to have chocolate, but we love our cocoa really rich and chocolatey. And then you're going to add as many marshmallows as you can get in there, or no marshmallows at all. I know some people don't like marshmallows. You can even add, I'm using the mini marshmallows. You can use about 3 to 4 of the standard size marshmallows as well, if that's what you prefer. Now this is where my warming plate comes in, so I'm just going to move those over to the side and pull my plate over. And it's pretty warm. I've had it sitting here for about 20 minutes because that coffee mug warmer doesn't get really hot. It literally just gets pretty warm. So I prefer to use a glass plate because I feel like that'll heat better. And then I don't want to use plastic and risk it melting. I've never tried to use a plastic plate. So I'm just chipping away that little excess, and I'm just going to take and turn my half of my bomb upside down and just place that on the plate. I'm going to just kind of turn it a few times, and I'm going to lift it off, and I'm just going to place it right on top and line it up as good as I can and place it on that bottom half. And we're just going to repeat that step for our second bomb. I hope this video helps answer any questions for anyone that has had a fear of doing the hot cocoa bombs. I know they've been around for a few years now, but last year they really popped. And like I said, I know there are thousands of videos out there, but this is my video. And these are the techniques that I use to create my bomb. So I hope this is very helpful to any of my followers or subbies. And I really appreciate you guys for watching my videos. If you have not subscribed, please feel free to go ahead and do so, to like and also to share. That will be really awesome and help me to be able to create more videos, the more views that I get. All right, so I have my squeeze bottle of my chocolate. You guys want to make sure that you have this melted ahead of time. You do not, I repeat, you do not want to drizzle hot chocolate on top of your bombs. Or you don't want it to be too warm, because what it's going to do, it's going to melt your cocoa bomb and it's going to ruin it, and you're going to have to start all over. So my chocolate in the squeeze bottle was melted probably about 5 minutes earlier. Then when I got to this step of the video, and I let it set to the side to cool down so that when I do drizzle, it does not melt my bomb. And we are just going to drizzle. And anytime you drizzle over a treat to get a neat drizzle, you want to start not right on top of the treat in case you have a clog or something in your bottle. As you see, I kind of did. It did not want to come out in the beginning. But now that I have it flowing, the second bomb, the drizzle will look better, which this is still fine. But you want to start not on top of the treat. You might get a big blob that drops when you first start squeezing. So you want to start on the side away from the treat and then just drizzle over. And then you want to quickly add your sprinkles while your chocolate is still melted. And then you can just let these naturally dry and set, or you can take and pop them in the fridge. I'm going to put them in the fridge for about 2 minutes. The drizzle doesn't take as long to dry. But if you just want to kind of speed up the process, I'm just going to set them back on my tray and put them in the fridge. And they are ready to go. And this is my packaging. Like I said, these are really for single cupcakes. Like if you're doing a pop-up shop, bake sale, and you want to sell individual cupcakes. But I will put the link in the description to these bags. I don't know if you guys can really see if the camera's picking them up or not, but they have like clear holders that keep them in place, so they work perfect for these cocoa bombs. I thought that it would be so cute. Or you could also use the clear boxes that are for candy apples and different treats, but I really like these bags to give as gifts. It's different. Everyone uses the boxes all the time, so I decided I wanted to use these clear, and they are crystal clear bags. So they look really good. They present your dessert or your treat really nicely. Your client and customers can see everything from every angle of the bag. And here I am just using my personal heat sealer. And the description to that, the link to that will also be in the description. And I believe they come in a few different colors. But pink is my favorite color, so of course I will get pink. And you just want to place your heat sealer on the edge of your bag, and you just want to squeeze that shut tightly and allow it to do what it do. As long as you've let your sealer heat up. I let it heat up for about 15 minutes before I use. And I usually use it once to do one line when I'm sealing the bag, but I'm going to do 2 because of the bow that I'm going to use. Now, I did not create these bows. These are pre-made bows that I got from the Dollar Tree. You get 2 in a pack for $1. And you could get a hole puncher and punch holes in your bag and then use the twisty tie that comes on the back of the bow to tie your bow to the bag. But the reason why I'm sealing it twice is because I'm going to use a little dab of hot glue to add my bow to the bag. These are really thick, heavy duty bags, so as long as you have your glue gun under low heating temperature, then your glue should not be like so hot that it will melt through the bag. And these are the bows. Aren't they the cutest? I really just love the Christmas red truck theme. So what I'm doing is finding like the best looking side of my hot cocoa bomb to see what I want to present as the front of the bomb. And I'm just going to add a little dab of hot glue. I'm just checking to see where the middle of the bag is. And it's taking me a little time to put the glue on because I literally just plugged up the hot glue gun, and so it wasn't hot enough yet for the glue to come out, so it took a minute for me to squeeze it out. And we're just going to place that right in the middle where we sealed those bags at. And hold them, squeeze it down for a few seconds. Make sure it sticks, and on to the next. We're going to repeat that process. And it doesn't take much glue, and these bows are not heavy. And also, I thought about it after the video. You can put a little, like maybe half of a handful of marshmallows down in the bottom of your bag under the clear stand that's in the bag, just for extra marshmallows for your clients. And in case anyone asks, I sell these cocoa bombs for $7 a piece, and these are the 90 milliliter size. These are the large cocoa bombs, not the small ones. And there we go.